Hi, this is Chet, and I'm down here at a client of mine, Walter's house, and he was concerned about some termite problems, and he had some wood laying on the ground. So when we came over here, we flipped it over. The first board that was up here had termites. You see all the mud? Then when we moved the next one over, you can see a ton of different termite sub workers all down in here. Termites have to have contact with the soil so they can get moisture to bring it up into the wood. Once they bring that mud up into the wood, they can eat. And then as they eat, they go in there and they create galleries. And you see them all down there working like a highway. You got ones with little brown heads on them that are the workers that fight off ants and other insects. And then the main ones, they just chew all this up. These ones you see right here, the workers, they'd eat all the wood. Out of 4 members in the family, they're the only ones that can actually chew the wood up. They chew it and regurgitate it into the mouths of the queen, the king, the swarmers, the ones that do the reproduction, and the soldiers. The ideal thing is, if you have any wood on the ground, to get it up off the ground. And if not, what you want to do is create a barrier around there. It's like creating a castle. If you had a castle, you'd create a moat around it. So just visualize if you had a board or even a little concrete square, which would represent your house. You'd dig a trench all the way around it, just like creating a moat around the castle. Then when you put the termite material in there, it creates a barrier. So any termites that are up in the house where they've been traveling from the ground can no longer go back into the ground. Any termites that are down on the ground can no longer come up. Just visualize it like this. Underneath your house is like being on a lake. You know, when you look out on a lake, there's fish swimming all underneath that lake looking for a place to come up for food, whether it's some kind of insect or something that's fallen on top of the water where they're going to come up and get it. Well, that's what termites are doing in the ground under everybody's house. They're all underneath the dirt under there, and they're steady coming up looking for a wood source where there's some moisture. So anytime you got sprinklers throwing water up against your house or any kind of moisture problem, especially when you got wood touching the ground, the termites are simply going to come up right at that spot. They're going to build their brown mud tubes, and they're going to use that as a highway to go all the way up into your attic and all throughout your house. So the best thing to do if you hadn't had a termite inspection is simply go ahead and call my office right now. We'll come out there. There's no obligation. There's no cost. It's free to you. You'll have a trained set of expert eyes looking your house over. If you happen to have any termites, we'll go ahead and give you an action plan on what to do. And if you don't have any, then you have the peace of mind knowing you don't have any. So go ahead and call my office right now.